My name is Leonard LeRoy Irish. Occupationally, I was in education for 29 years. I taught fourth grade, sixth grade, counselor in high school, administrator in high school.
Wow.
The favorite was the fourth grade. That was my first year. As when I left SIU, I went to Milwaukee. That's the only interview I had. I didn't interview with no other city, school board, or nothing. I took Milwaukee because it was close to my parents, right straight down Chicago with my sisters and brothers. So I had family. So that was the reason I took Milwaukee.
So where were you born?
I was born in Cass, Illinois, right outside Cairo.
Yeah. So was that a black settlement, or how many people lived there?
Cass was a farming community. One house was 2 or 3 miles from another. We were on what you call a pole farm. It wasn't sharecropping, but whatever you raised on a pole farm, you could feed this to your family or you could sell it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what my dad did. But some years it would flood, and all your crops will be lost. All the work that you put in.
So
in 1944, after the flood ruined my parents' crop, I was 4 years old. Dad came in and said, "Janie, we are going to move to Cairo." So that's how this Irish clan resettled in Cairo. All 5 kids and mama and dad. Dad's name was Willie Slick Irish. Janie Irish. Bryant Irish. When we moved to Cairo, Daddy didn't have any money. Mama brought that to his attention. She said, "Willie, how can we move to Cairo with 5 kids from age 22, age 4, and we don't have any money? Our crop is lost for this year." He said, "If there's a will, there's a way." And there was a way. And we moved in 823 23rd Street, which became the most popular house in that neighborhood, beside Dr. Bass, Professor Butler. We was in that neighborhood because we were an open household. I had a brother, Bernard, who was 20, a sister, Berlin, who was 15, a brother, Pap, 12, and a sister, Chris, was 10, and I was 4. We moved in this neighborhood. Next door was a black teacher who taught music for the entire black school system in Cairo.
Okay.
Around the corner was Mr. Butler, Professor Butler, the principal at Sumner High School. Dr. Bass was around the corner. He was our doctor whether we had money or not. And diverse. Black and white.
Okay.
In the same block. You might take a house and then skip a house. There'll be a black house or a white house.
Okay.
That house is still standing, 823 23rd Street. My brother lives 2 doors down, 829. I think 829, where Pap lives. But that house that we moved into, thank God, is still standing. Okay. My dad and his family, his mom and dad, They came out of Mississippi, but they landed in Arkansas. That's where my mama's folks were from. Not Little Rock, Holly Grove, Arkansas. So they ended up going to public school right there in Holly Grove, Arkansas. But Daddy's folk came out of Mississippi. I don't know the city, but they were enslaved. Okay? My daddy's grandfather was enslaved. He married a slave owner's daughter. The name Irish came from the slave owner. Okay? They ended up moving to Little Rock. The slave owner, his wife, the slave owner's daughter, married my great-great-grandfather, Thomas, and they moved to Holly Grove, Arkansas. Dad wasn't born when they left.
Right.
But so he was born in Arkansas.
Sure.
Right?
Right.
Because that's his great-grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? But freedom came after the war.
Mm-hmm.
And they were released. Well, she was released.
Right.
Because, at that time, what 1865 or something, a year or two after that, he released all of them. It seemed like everything went well because they came out of. They didn't want to stay in Mississippi. Mississippi was a really tough state. Arkansas was a different kind of state, but still tough. Mr. Gurdon and Shirley Gurdon, they helped us find a house. And I went out to Darton Elementary School. I didn't know it was all white. But it didn't make any difference to me.
Mm-hmm.
A sixth grade class was a sixth grade class.
Right.
I was a good teacher. The principal played football at U of I, where I always wanted to go.
Right. Right.
And so he used to being around us.
Yeah.
Plus, I was from Illinois.
There was that bond.
Again.
Yeah.
He got sick with cancer. There was one other man there, a white man.
Mm-hmm.
He was crippled. He didn't get the job. He put me in charge of the school.
Mm-hmm.
Any whippings like that, I could go to the office and whip him in front of the secretary.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So I did the first one. I whipped him. Boy, the whole world came down on me.
Yeah.
They came out of the woodwork.
I would imagine.
But Big John got up out of his sick bed. I call him Big John. The union came and they said, nothing better not happen to this man. You take your boy out of the school if you don't want him to be here.
Right.
But if you want a good teacher, let your boy stay here. And that's the way it went. I stayed there 2 years.
Right.
And Dr. Tees, he didn't want me to leave. He tried to buy me.
Right.
I said, Dr. T, I'm going back to Milwaukee now. I got a master's degree in counseling and psychology from Andrews University, and I did, while I was in South Bend, I went to Andrews University, which is right across the line from South Bend. Because Notre Dame was too expensive. Because my grades weren't that good when I left SIU to get into Notre Dame.
Right.
See? So I went to Andrews, Seventh-day Adventist School, very good program in counseling. And then when I went back to Milwaukee, I finished up at the University of Illinois, University of Wisconsin, Milwaukee. I finished up there with my master's degree.
Right.
And so I had all my counseling, psychology, and all that kind of stuff. And then I got some administration in as an assistant principals and all that. And I did that. And life was good. In Milwaukee, in the choir.
In the choir.
In the choir. The choir, boy, the choir is very important. The choir is very important. Because see, I sang in the choir in Carbondale.
Baritone?
No.
Alto.
That's right. And the church was right behind our house. We stayed with Mrs. Pitts. She had a side by
What, now,
side.
in Carbondale? Or?
In Carbondale now.
Now, what church is that?
AME.
Oh, Bethel.
Bethel. You got it.
Bethel AME.
AME. We went there.
Oh,
Two of us.
Jackson or Oak?
Oak, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Oak. Yeah, I never remember that.
Oak.
Oak. Miss Pitt rented to us, 4 boys. I was over, so it had come down to my name at the time. Because my birthday came in March, and some of them come in October, November, December. So they wasn't grown yet. Y'all ain't y'all babies yet. But y'all gotta do what I say do. When I signed this thing, me and Miss Pitts, y'all better not mess up.
No.
We better not mess up Miss Pitt. No, they mess up each other.
Mm-hmm.
So, but Miss Pitt would bag her boys. Miss Pitt got been known as Miss Pitt's boys over on Oak Street.
Sure. So you went to Milwaukee and you met your wife in Milwaukee.
At the St. Matthew CME.
Yeah. Which was either colored or Christian.
Christian. It was Christian then.
Yeah, they changed
it, yeah.
Christian. Mm-hmm.
So I kind of eased on the way over to this new choir, this new church. And that's where she was. She was a nurse.
Oh.
But I said, you need to be in education because we as kids, somebody gonna need to be at home, especially girls. And they're sure enough, girls.
Right.
Them.
Okay.
And they wanted to come in and you have a swimming pool. And you know what their hair looked like when they came out of that water? And she was at work. They couldn't go out and ride the bike because I didn't know. I couldn't deal with this. So she ended up getting psychology degree.
Mm-hmm.
She worked hard to get where we were. This lady right here, from Jackson, from Lane, she had come from here.
Your wife?
My wife. She had a problem with my white friends. And she couldn't, that's the way she was raised down here.
Mm-hmm.
So I ain't had no problem with it. But like my assistant coach in basketball, he couldn't come to our house. He had to drop me off and keep on going.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I understand that. I understand. You know, I understand your way. Some things going down in here in Jackson.
Right.
That she was raised up in.
A lot of trauma was associated with things that have happened
In the past, yes. The neighborhood is the most important thing that happened to me. My neighborhood. It was diverse. It was loving and caring. There was Professor Butler's kid, Norma Jean and Pearline. They were right around the corner. Butler.
Oh.
Professor Butler's children.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now I don't want to. I think Pearline passed. Norma Jean won. But we went to school together. We went to first grade together.
Mm-hmm.
She sat in front of me with long hair.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know we couldn't play like we played in the neighborhood. She had the background for being a professor's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have that.
Mm-hmm.
So I was playing with her. She said, no. Yeah, this is a shack up. No, I'm not going to do it. And when I talked to my parents, I talked to the principal at the school. I was older than he is, beyond my years probably. So I kind of figured, I said, well, somebody's got to do this. But we had some kids already. Katie Edwards and Tina were like in high school. They were in high school. I didn't know they was over there. Yeah, my own little world. Here I am was going into 7th grade. So I decided I was stay. No.
Okay.
But what Miss Shagaloff promised me was a full scholarship to any HBCU school that I wanted. That was my ticket. If I take this 7th grade to 12, I got it. I said, they didn't talk about this. He always said there's a will, there's a way. It was a quiet day. It wasn't like you see on TV.
No picketing.
No parents picketing. It was just the kids. They was out on the grounds. They had a lot of freedom. They had grounds. Okay, more ground and space to do stuff in than we had coming out of Washington Elementary. I bet it was. I saw 2 girls, Marcella Purchase from Pitt City.
Mm-hmm.
I think they purchases.
Yeah, purchases. Mm-hmm.
Madeline Hurd lived on 22nd and something.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the girls I remember.
So it was basically just 3 of you at the junior high?
At the junior high. There were no boys in anywhere. In high school or no, it wasn't that kind of it was more of a high school type atmosphere. The bell rang. Campus was sort of divided anyway. High schools were over there, we were over here. And you just go to you've been assigned, I've been already registered. I know homeroom number that I'm going to. I went to Miss Jackson, homeroom. That was my homeroom teacher. Elderly, not old, but say 50s, 55s. She looked like that she never had a black student before. When I went in, seating chart, I was sitting in the middle of the kids. And before she could finish calling roll, somebody called me the N-word. That's the first day in Miss Jackson. That's my homeroom teacher. So I went at it.
Verbally or physically?
Physically. And I put some hurt on it. Miss Jackson, I guess she must have went out of the room and called. We got the principal, I guess. Because we didn't have no phones, nothing like that. So she must have went out the room. Because she didn't come to his aid or my aid. And then when they got back, what's going on here? Everybody. Nobody know nothing. But me and the boy. But he looked like he'd been in a fight.
So what was the result of that?
Well, we went to the office.
Did you get suspended?
No. Oh, no. The principal lived behind me. His backyard was adjacent to mine. So we used to talk at the fence. He said, this is something you got to do. You got to complete this.
He supported you?
Yes. Behind the scene. But he couldn't come, he wasn't going to come out, and jump on the boy and knock him down, No, I should though, because we lived together.
Yeah.
But I don't. Oh yes.
So
That happened
how
all the
did
way up through high school. His support, I never told mom and dad about
you, N-word?
it. Or anything. Any stress that I might have had or nothing. I never said anything about it. Because dad would say, oh boy, you don't have to go over there. But I did have to go there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't think about it like that at the time. But the principal kept mentioning these things. I was thinking scholarship.
Mm-hmm.
Because Mr. Shackoff said, you know, any HBC you want to go to, that's my ticket.
Mm-hmm.
And, but in the end of the 6 years, 4 years in high school, and a couple of good teachers at the high school level, history and English teachers, they were supportive. And they knew I was college material. Right. The shop teacher, young guy,
Mm-hmm.
Miss Jackson, that was junior high. They come and go. But that was my English teacher. She would have me work at her house during the summer because there was no job for black. I could go spray the front porch off, wash the windows.
Where did she live? Around the corner?
She lived right up from school. Go walk up Holbrook. You walk straight up.
Mrs. Long?
No,
Oh, okay.
not long.
Okay. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
I thought I had, but she lived right up there. Just a small lady,
Mm-hmm.
and she had, and her mother stayed with her, and she would pay me almost just for anything.
Mm-hmm.
Just come up there, and she would tell me, "You college material."
Mm-hmm.
Remember that?
Kept pounding that in you.
Yes. I think my whole life is turning around because of that. Because I didn't get a chance to go play basketball with some of the high school or run track over there, all black school. And that's what my buddies were.
And you missed out on that.
Yes.
Could you not join the team at Carroll? They wouldn't allow you to come out?
I couldn't even, only thing I had was PE. And I showed the coach how good I was and everything in the PE.
And they still didn't want you on the team?
He wanted me, but he couldn't say that he wanted me. Yeah, he know I could run track. And he knows I could play baseball. And he knew that. And my shop teacher, he was just a real good guy. He just right out of college. Mm-hmm. He was just a real, he understood where I was at.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when I got to high school, it was an open campus. Kids, they had cars. They could get in their car and go, but Shim Wells, wherever they would go, eat lunch. I could go home. Mama would have my lunch ready. As the world turned was on TV, me and Mama would sit up in the front, we call it the front room.
Mm-hmm. Not the living room.
Not the front room. 2 trays. Me and Mama watching as the world turned. Eat my lunch. Get up and run back to campus. And that's where all the hell started.
Mm-hmm.
Some days, no. That boy that lived on my street. Mm-hmm. Sometimes, if he wasn't there, it seemed like everything was smooth. But if he was there, he mouthing.
Instigated.
Yes. Until the guys in my class finally started stepping up.
Mm-hmm.
And said, Sam, you want to fight him? You fight him. But that's it. And that's where it was. They were some big jocks, man.
What
Well, some of the guys, like Langdon, his daddy was postmaster general.
Mm-hmm.
He was, and Miss Ross came, Miss Ross was our first grade teacher. Pow! I learned from that day.
Certain behaviors are a certain place.
Yeah, right. And I never had no problem with no other teacher in all those years, except when I went to Carroll High. Carroll is, if I was say it in one word or two words, is a missed opportunity. Carroll should be more than Memphis or equal to New Orleans. It's got all the features necessary. Now nobody even both go up and down, don't even stop here. This should be a prime area with hotels, eateries, and anything else that come along with waterways like ours, where water come together in Mississippi and the great Ohio. Missed opportunity. That's what I call Carroll.
Yeah.
Population growth. I just wonder, will that happen? I have questions, but I'm not there to see it, but I'm sure there's some growth. So population growth, I would hope for that.
Mm-hmm.
But what's been done is just the opposite. 600 people, that's a lot of people in a place like this. A place where we all could work together. If we were able to work together, I think we would have had a better outcome here. It could have been like 23rd Street. 23rd Street was typical. You had Reverend Vaughn and their two boys over across the street. T and her three children right down here. Dad and Mom right here with 5 of them, man, he was 20, mm-hmm. but he was still there at home. Mm-hmm. Miss Caldwell, our black music teacher for our black kids. Sonny boy, I think he was a policeman in Carroll for a while. Mm-hmm. Sonny was the one I had a problem with. Mm-hmm. His sister was like glamour queen. Mm-hmm. You know, she didn't go along with what Sam was doing, but she couldn't stop him because he could get with his gang and he just go off. But yes, I spent time because I had to meet my black folks. I was black. Nathan Burley, Don Bondra, William Newsom, some of the out of the project, Doris G and them out of the projects. My girlfriend, what's the name? I'm trying to think all of it at once. Yeah. Not Anita Thomas, but no. Bo Thomas, Bo, Anita, yeah, and Marie. Marie was my friend. Yeah. Brooker's, greasy hamburgers. I went to I picked cotton, whatever. To have enough money to buy myself a hamburger and play a couple of records. And the jukebox across the street, Bondress place. Yeah. And boy, you had a big day. It was just greasy and good. The grease just oozed out of the bone. I mean, and Booker you just pile it up. And make you come back, make you go pick cotton another week. Oh Lord, I wish I could remember. But they was worth every penny of it.
Do you remember
The
the
jukebox was like a nickel or a dime.
Arthur Cook,
Arthur Cook.
the guy that did policy?
Oh, see, we had our own policy guy on 24th Street.
Oh, okay.
Right around the corner,
Yeah.
this way, 24th,
There was a policy.
policy guy. And he came, he took care of all of 23rd, white and black.
Yeah.
So the policy guy gave people hope. I don't know how much gain they made. Because I even played
Yeah.
nickel, dime, whatever.
Yeah.
But that didn't make me want to, put the house up.
Sure.
But yeah,
You can put as much as you want.
yeah, nickel, dime on this number, 633. I remember 633, 550, 5-50, 5-30. Those were hot numbers. 633. And yeah, we played those numbers. That was our man. I don't know about this Cook guy.